Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm not going to do a demo, but I'm going to do a gist of what's different video on the small little home practice amp, which is this, the Nux or NUX Mighty 8 practice amp. Now, what this guy is just that. It's a small little box-shaped practice amp that is a digital amp. And it has a 6.5-inch speaker. It has, pull this out here, compartment. There's the speaker. And a compartment in the back where you can put 8 AA batteries. And the AA batteries provide you with 8 hours of playing time. And you can see here it's the Mighty 8 BT Bluetooth. That's what the model stands for. Now, let me put this back on the amp. So this amp takes batteries, right? In case you have an outage, a power outage, or, which is nice, unlike the Blackstar equipment, it actually comes with your power cable as well, which plugs into the wall. Here, you plug it into the back of the amp, and now you have DC power, right? This comes with the amp in addition to AC power if you choose to use the batteries. So let me put this down. It also has, and I put my own little one on because I don't have the original, this strap it comes with, a NUX strap. So if you want to carry it around, you can do that as well. It's a pleather, right? Some sort of leather-like material, vinyl, whatever, on the skin of the amp. This is what the top of the amp looks like from a controls standpoint. As you can see, you simply have an input for your guitar or your acoustic or whatever you're plugging into this thing. A microphone it takes as well with a separate microphone level and reverb for your mic controls. It does have drum patterns built into the amp, as you can see, which you can adjust the tempo by that tap button to the right. It has a reverb capability for the vocal as well. And then on the top, you have your controls for the guitar, which is gain, overdrive, distortion, a tone knob, a volume level knob, and a modulation delay knob on the guitar. You have a 1/4 inch and an 1/8 inch, I guess is the standard, jack for your headphones, and an aux in if you want to plug up an MP3 or something into this amp to play along with or play with. And then you have the Bluetooth light on the top that you can see. So that's it. It's basic controls. Now, what I want to talk about are and this thing weighs, just so you know, about 6.5 pounds. So that's the weight on this amp. It's very light. Has these little legs on the bottom, as you can see as well. But this comes in 2 flavors, and that's the purpose of this video, because a lot of people don't realize that. And they sell both versions today. So if you just get simply the labeled amp Mighty 8 BT, right? You're getting this amp, which is a Bluetooth amp, but it's significantly different than the Mighty 8 BT MK2 or Mark II amplifier, right? And the main differences are in the application capabilities of the amp, which I'm gonna show you now. Let me just leave this here. I'll be right back, and I'll get my app so you can see. Okay? Now, that's the app, but let's talk about it. So this thing comes with a 6.5-inch speaker. The Mark II also comes with a 6.5-inch speaker, but it's a different speaker, supposedly. It's an FR speaker, which stands for full range, full response. So you're getting supposedly a little bit of a better speaker upgrade in the newer version, right? Then the other difference is, again, mostly in the app of the bodies of the amp. the functions and switches on the amp look identical. However, here is a big difference. So, let me put this thing down so you can see what we're talking about. Okay, so guys, if you can see here, let's talk about what your options are. So when you connect through Bluetooth to your iOS, which in this case is iOS, you can do it to Android as well. I'm doing it to my phone, which is an Apple. You get options for the type of devices that you want to connect to this, right? So this particular company, Nuix, has a bunch of different devices. This is the Mighty 8BT. So you simply go to the current device. It lists a whole bunch of them, and I'm picking out here the Mighty 8BT I'm selecting. And, okay, so it'll connect in a second. That's what the menu looks like for this particular amp. So you simply have a gate, setting on here, noise gate. You have a amp setting, so you can control the amps controls that are on the external part of the amp through this app. It has a modulation capability, which in this particular case, you have 4 options on this app. You have a phaser, a chorus, a tremolo, and a vibrato for your modulations. Then if you select your delays, you have delay 1, delay 2, delay 3, and delay 4, and these are various intensities on the delay and types of delays that you can get. And then finally, you have reverb options, which you have the standards, right? Room, hall, plate, and then you have a spring. It emulates a spring reverb. So those are mostly the settings that you get on here. Now, in terms of the amp settings, you can have a clean setting. You can have an overdrive. You can have distortion, just like on this amp, and you can control it through the app. And then these toggle buttons simply give you volume levels of each and intensity levels and of the tone, etc. And your microphone, if you're miking it, all those things can be controlled through this particular app. On the app, you have a drum metronome, which controls the tempo of the drum, beats that you can get from the particular app. You can get jam tracks on here. Rhythm and blues, pop, hip-hop, rock and roll, metal, all different types of tracks, play-along tracks as well. See if you can hear. Yeah, that's a thrill. This is R&B. Pop. Rock and roll. So they're basic, they're kind of BS in my opinion. They're not great jam tracks, but there's something, right? If you want to play along, if you're a starter or whatever, and you want to just play some jam track along. So that's the app for this guy, which is the Mighty 8. And I'm showing it real quick. Now, if you get the newer version, which is the Mark II, right? You get improvements on what you can do with the amp. So that's what the application now looks like. It's a little bit more involved, and instead of those horizontal toggles that you have, now you have these circular knobs that you can increase and decrease in terms of volume levels and intensity, right? You have a noise gate, you have an effects button on here, and the effects are considerably more than what were on the other one, right? So now you have RC boost, AC boost, tube screamer, blues driver, morning drive, red dirt, crunch. You have a whole bunch of different effects that you can get with this MK2. If you go to the amp, you can see here similarly, now you can get a whole bunch of different amp emulators on the Mark II, right? So you can do a jazz clean, deluxe reverb, bassmate, Tweedy, Cali Crunch Classic AC30, which I guess is the Vox AC30. So they name them differently, but you're getting these classic amps. And let's see here, 21 of them on here. So considerably more options and capabilities in terms of amp sounds on the MK2 than you get on the original version of this Mighty 8. What else? Let's see here. You have different microphones that you can use, if you know, to emulate recording levels. Modulation. Similarly, the modulation, which you had 4 options on the first one, the first version, the earlier version. On here now you have different types of choruses, vibratos, flangers, phasers, 11 different options. So you're getting more on this as well. Delay, you're getting an extra delay capability on analog, digital, modular delay, tape echo, etc. And on the reverb, you're getting one extra reverb setting as well. So, you know, you have more capabilities clearly on the Mach 2 than you do on the original version. And the price of the amp new is, I think, $129.99 for both versions. So I don't know why you would buy the earlier version, which they're still selling. So the tip on here is, if you're looking for this amp and you want full capability, I would go with the Mighty 8 MK2 version, right? Same price, and you're getting better app, more capabilities. I tried using this app on the older version. It does not work. So you're stuck with the limited functionality on the first version of the amp. However, that could be a plus for some. If you're an older guy like myself and you're looking for simplicity and the basics are enough, this might be enough. And if you can get it used, you can probably get one of these, which again, street price is $129.99. Used, you can get this probably for around $75, $80, right? Used. So you can save some money. If you could find the other version used for that price, you're way ahead. But that is a quick tutorial for this NUX Mighty 8. And again, I don't know if I said it before, but it's 6.5 pounds, so it's a light little, nice little portable amp. Great as a travel amp. Great to use on your couch. If you have a blackout and you still want to play, takes batteries. So there's a lot of good use cases for this particular guy. What else? Trying to think. I mentioned 6.5-inch speakers, so you're not going to get, you know, full great tone out of this thing. It's really a convenience factor for this amp, right? That's the whole purpose of it. And also, if you're recording and you want something that you can just quick flip from clean to dirty to distortion to reverb, this is a good little guy to do that. If you're playing out or recording or want, you know, high fidelity and high quality tones coming out of an amp, this is not the right amp for you. Yeah, so let me put this guy down. So that is the NUX Mighty 8. If you have any questions regarding this amp, let me know. Now, there are demos all over YouTube. What I'm going to try to do is find the best demo for the Mighty 8 amp that I can find, maybe for both versions, and I'll put them below as a link below so you can hear what this thing actually sounds like correctly. I don't have the correct setup here with screens and everything to show you the various settings and play it at the same time, unfortunately. So I will put links below if I can find them for good demos on this particular amp. If you find these videos useful, please subscribe. Any questions, put them below. And as always, guys, until the next time, be well and stay safe. Take care.